Okay, so another kid on the block, the latest one is this one, the Poco X6 Neo that I'm holding right now. What it seems, the USP here is the Neo's slim display bezel and an over-slim form factor. And yes, it's cousin to Poco X6 and X6 Pro. So how good it is, let's find out in this quick review. So first up, the pricing. Yes, the Poco X6 Neo comes in 8GB RAM with 128GB of internal storage and will cost you about 15,999. There's another variant that you can buy this one, 12GB RAM with 256GB, which is a higher one and will cost you about rupees 17,999. What colors do you get? You get the Astral Black, Horizon Blue and the Martin Orange. This is the Martin Orange that I'm holding and it looks quite chic. Let's move on to the design now. The Poco X6 Neo is certainly a good-looking phone. Marble-like finish that you get here on the back panel shines when the light hits the surface. It certainly looks very beautiful. You can see it here, a new change of design and color. Panel has a matte finish, good at resisting fingerprints and smudges. It's good to hold. The material is plastic and the phone weighs just 175 grams. Poco X6 Neo is quite thin and at just 7.69 mm, it's good to hold. Front has skinny bezels around the flat display which gives it a very premium appearance and you can see anything you want on the phone very clearly and on a bigger screen. Next is the display. At a first glance on the display, the bezel appear to be very uniform and give the device a very premium look. It's quite a rare sight to see when the display with such thin bezels at this price point, especially of the AMOLED ones. The most phones in this price bracket get an LCD panel, which means less deeper blacks and no support for always-on display. Also, the screen here is very visible outdoors. You can adjust the color temperature, colors on the phone and the viewing angles are very, very good with no change in colors and the contrast remains very good. Talking about the software and the performance now. So this one works on Android 13 and gets a 2-year of Android and 4 years of security updates. Now, Google will soon launch Android 15 later this year. So you're essentially only getting 1 year of Android OS update with the X6 Neo, which is kind of disappointing. But the phone is quite clean and has no bloatware at all. You can get a Poco launcher on the phone with the glance look. And yes, thankfully that can also be disabled so you can have a clear look of it. Well, the performance-wise, there's not much going on with the Neo X6 because it is your average run-of-the-mill performer. So the MediaTek Dimensity 6080 chipset is decent for everyday use and for some little gaming. The gaming was lag-free though, and it was fun on such a large display. Next up is the battery. Very quickly, the battery lasted me a day and a half with the regular usage. That included some gaming, watching videos, listening to music, using wired headphones and all of that. And with 33 watts of fast charging, this phone took about 1 hour and 15 minutes to charge from 0 to 100%, which is a full charge. And 50% was also amazing. Just in 35 minutes, it was 50% charge. So decent enough for the battery life. And yes, now the cameras. Talking about the cameras, the 108 megapixel lens is a good deal in this price segment. And how did the camera fare? Well, check out these pics. The daylight shots from the main camera show good details with accurate colors in most. But yes, it could not handle difficult lighting conditions well, despite having the HDR option enabled. 108 megapixel captures and packs more detail and sharpness, and colors are quite accurate. Daylight zoom shots seem better with some details. And yes, the 2 megapixel takes decent portrait shots in daylight. Edge detection is decent. Also, there's a video sample here which is 1080p at 30 frames per second. Recording from both the rear and the front cameras was good, but has plenty of noise and artifacts. The dynamic range is also not that great. Stabilization in the video is decent. So overall, the camera setup of the Poco X6 Neo is good for basic daylight photography. So the competition to the Poco X6 Neo, we'll tell you that first. That's Realme 12 5G, Redmi Note 13 5G and the Vivo T3 5G. So about Poco X6 Neo, the hardware isn't really new, but it does offer good value for money. The AMOLED display is definitely something that you won't find in this price segment and is great for content consumption, especially the flat display. The phone can also take good photos in daylight, like we told you, so the camera is also decent. You get good battery life and decent performance as well. So at this price point, the Poco X6 Neo is definitely a hero. But having said that, do not expect more than what we told you.